Hey, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm going to be building a cabinet for my friend Jeremy of Overland Travel Adventures. I'll put a link for his YouTube channel down in the video description. Basically, he's got this cool fridge thing for his 4Runner, and he wants me to build a cabinet that goes under it, and then there's like a drawer slide system for the fridge, so you can slide the fridge out, so that gets mounted to this cabinet, and the cabinet itself is going to have a drawer that slides out too. So I'm planning this all out right now. We've got all the dimensions and everything. I've ordered some drawer slides that are pretty slick. These are Vevor 30-inch locking drawer slides off Amazon, hold up to 500 pounds. So I'll put a link for those drawer slides down in the video description. They're $90.71 for a set of 2. All right, so what I've got going on here is I've got a piece of graph paper. I've got a 4x8 sheet of plywood marked out on here so that when I figure out all my cuts, I got 1 sheet of maple plywood from Lowe's. So I'm gonna be building this whole box out of that. So I wanna make sure that I'm cutting everything to have the least amount of waste as possible. So that's why I'm gonna be marking it out on this 4x8 sheet so I know exactly what cuts to make in the right order. So I'm just gonna finish drawing this up, get all the numbers figured out, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I've got the drawer slides here. All right, these are super heavy. That is a serious freaking drawer slide. What's cool about these is they have this locking mechanism. So you have to, like, it's locked when you close it, and you have to push that to unlock it. It's pretty neat. So what I need to know is how thick they are. So I need to know the space that I need to make my drawer smaller than the inside of the box. All right, so I measured in a couple different spots, and it averages 3/4 of an inch. On Amazon, there was a picture that had the dimensions, and it said it was 0.7 inches or 19.2 millimeters. So I'm glad I didn't just go with that because it's bigger than 0.7 inches. It's 0.75 inches. All right, so here is my finished drawings. I used an architectural scale rule for this. So as you can see, I'll get everything out of the 1 sheet. There's some waste here, little cutoffs right there, a little bit there, and then this piece right here will be left over. Now, I did tell my friend I'm screwing this all together. I'm not dovetailing or anything. If you wanted to get really fancy, you could dovetail stuff, but I don't have a dovetail machine, so I'm not doing dovetails. All right, so now I gotta head to the hardware store and pick up screws on my way to the shop. Hopefully they have them. And these drawer slides are 30-inch, and the original cabinet size was supposed to be 32 inches deep, so I got 30-inch slides, and I was gonna make a 30-inch drawer so that it fully extended, because these are fully extending drawer slides. But he changed it after I had already ordered these to 34 inches. So I'm gonna make the drawer 34, it's just not gonna fully extend. There are 32-inch version of these slides, but I don't wanna wait. I gotta build this today, so that change will not be able to be taken into consideration, unfortunately. All right, here we go, let's go. All right, so I got some screws. They didn't have wood screws, but they had sheet metal screws. I think the only difference is there's not like that little flat part as you get up to the head of the screw. So this is what they had. They didn't have wood screws. So got those. I ended up getting 8 by 1.5 inches. And then I got some 10 by 3/4 screws to mount the drawer slides. If you're interested in any of the tools that I'm gonna be using, I'm gonna try to make a list and put them all down in the video description with links to everything. So if you're wondering about any of the stuff that I'm using, I'll do that as I'm editing it. I'll make a list. All right, so there's the bottom of the box. These things, let's give them a try. That is pretty sweet. They take a little bit of force to get them back in, but it is what it is. Oh, if you hold the latch down, then they don't. You just hold the latch and set them back in place. And it's nice, they lock all the way out too, so if he's doing something and doesn't want him to slide back in, or if he's sitting on a hill, then they'll stay out in the locked position. But there we go. All right, so the box is complete. There's the slides, boom, locked back in, super nice. Next I gotta build the drawer. All right, so that's it. It works great. Opens and closes, locks in that outside position. So the only thing I have left to do is cut the drawer divider, and then I'm not gonna install it because I don't know where he wants it exactly. I'm just gonna cut it. All right, so here's the divider. See if it fits. Oh yeah, that's nice. So once we figure out exactly where he wants it, I'll just pop a couple screws in there. It'll hold it all together. That'll also help hold the base, you know, keep that from being able to spread apart. So that'll be good. All right, so the last thing I do is just ease the edge with some 220 sandpaper, and that'll be good. We'll be ready to install. So I'm gonna do that, and then Jeremy's gonna come here, I'm not sure when, maybe this weekend or something, and we'll get this thing installed, and I'll show you that process. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, go down below, click the thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. All right, so we got the box and the 4Runner here. I got Jeremy with me. This is his 4Runner from Overland Travel Adventures, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good memory.
So we're gonna install this thing. He's got a plate here. I can't read that.
It's Aiden James Customs.
Aiden James Customs. So if you're interested in these, I'll put a link for them down in the description. I'm sure you have a link for those.
Yep.
And they're pretty cool. They've got all these holes drilled in with 1/4-20 receivers for screws, all riddled through this whole plate. So we're basically going to take the top off of this and measure where we want it. We've already got it set where I want it. It's set back just a little bit from the edge here, and it's flush on the edge along the side. And we're going to pull this over here, measure where we want to screw in, just drill some screws. We're going to be using 1.5 lags, I don't know what to call these, and then we're going to screw them right in like that, and we're going to countersink them in so they're going to be flush like this on the bottom of the plywood base. Alright, so I screwed up one of the measurements, but we actually don't need that one. I'm mostly concerned about the back screws so this thing doesn't flip when there's, you know, there's weight on it. And so we got those two and one here so that it keeps it from shifting around. It is like super solid, like the truck's moving. So we're good. Now we're just gonna screw the top back on, and then we will mount the fridge. I don't know if you want to mount this, put a couple screws in it or not. Or...
Yeah, one on each side, I think.
Okay, we'll do that, and then yeah, we'll mount the fridge box. And we're good. All right, so it's all installed. This is the fridge thing, Iceco fridge slider, fridge slide. And so, yeah, he's got a little fridge that goes in here, slides out like that, pretty sweet. And the fridge plugs in over here to this fancy power adapter thing. So we're all set. This is not gonna go anywhere, as the saying goes. All right, well that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel. Check out Jeremy's channel, Overland Travel Adventures. See you on the next video.